Real reason Lady Louise Windsor is unlikely to become a working royal. A popular complaint states that it is highly improbable that Lady Louise Windsor will ever become a functioning member of the royal family. This assertion is made by an expert. The young woman, who is now 20 years old, has spent a significant portion of her life away from the publicity surrounding the royal family. She has only made appearances at a few significant royal ceremonies alongside her family. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. In response to the question of whether or not we should anticipate Lady Louise to take on the role of a working royal scholar Jenny Bond stated that this seemed highly improbable for precisely one primary reason. It is apparent that over the next 15 years or so, depending on when Prince George decides to take up full-time royal duties, the working royals are likely to become extremely thin on the ground, the analyst said in an interview with OK. On the other hand, I have my doubts about the possibility of Lady Louise ever becoming a full-time working royal. This is due to the fact that I am not certain that she would be interested in doing so, and also because the King and William are fully aware of the fact that the monarchy needs to be more accountable to the taxpayers. Ms. Bond continued by saying, "The most prevalent criticism about the royal family is that they cost too much." This was an additional explanation she provided for the widespread issue. Extra working royals would result in more costs for additional staff, additional administration, and additional security. William and the King, Charles, do not want to go in that route, and neither of them want to go in that direction. In addition to this, she recommended that Lady Louise could pursue a similar route at the same time as her cousin, Zara Tindall. According to the expert, also Louise is only 20 years old, and she is having a wonderful time at university. She surely looks at her cousin, Zara Tindall, and sees the independence, freedom, and fun that she has in her life as a much-loved member of the royal family, but she is not a working royal. I am willing to wager that Louise will proceed in a manner that is analogous. Louise, who has a younger brother named James, is presently following in the footsteps of Prince William by enrolling at St Andrews University in 2022. Elizabeth is the youngest of the three siblings. With only a few weeks having passed since the passing of her cherished grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, Louise resumed her studies at the University of St Andrews. The Prince of Wales and the Princess of Wales first became acquaintances at the university in the early 2000s, which eventually led to the beginning of their romantic relationship. It is possible that the Princess of Wales is the most well-known senior working member of the royal family, who is interested in sports. Nonetheless, it appears that Duchess Sophie and her daughter are not too far behind in following in her footsteps. As a result of her deep passion for cycling, Sophie has been serving as the patron of the British Cycling Federation since the year 2018. At the beginning of this month, the monarch was even seen cheering for the cycling team from Great Britain after they won the gold medal in the women's team sprint competition at the Olympic Games held in Paris this year. In 2016, she went so far as to ride a bicycle from Holyrood House to Buckingham Palace, a distance of 445 miles, in order to show her support for the Duke of Edinburgh's award. According to her mother, it has come to light that her eldest child, Lady Louise, too follows in her footsteps with the same enthusiasm. A prior revelation made by the Duchess described how her daughter frequently cycled while the pandemic was prevalent. In the year 2021, she made the following statement to The Telegraph: "If things were starting to kick off inside, right from the year. I'd say, right, outdoors. When you return, the atmosphere is completely different from what it was before. James is quite self-motivated to get out of the house, and Louise would take herself off on her bike, so in reality, it was never a hardship for them to get out of the house. Certainly, there were times when I believe that each of us experienced a sense of depression. A few days earlier in the month of May, Louise was observed riding an electric bike as she was attending the Royal Windsor Horse Show with her family. As she drove down the path, she was dressed in a casual manner, wearing dark slacks, a teal blouse, a blue vest, and a pair of boots.